What could be more nutritious and stronger after a strenuous day of riding than Bud Spencer beans?
Arm und reich, hart und weich, Damen und Herren, nah und fern, alt und jung, genial und dumm,
And because it's so nicely laying down, I'll take the pen and do the mop from this morning and now. Now we are at 7. Okay. By the way, the biggest problem now is that I've flown into a thistle. I'll have to operate it out of the trousers. Well, I'd like to say, luckily I came from the other side, right? Now I won't get any grumbling. I hope I can fit through, just like in Italy. But it should work out. With a little momentum. Yes, done. There you go. I hope. No one saw that from the other side. Slim moped, you can get through. Suitcase moped doesn't fit through. Or unharness or whatever. That's how it is with the rocks. Roadrunner could be on the road. And the coyote. Ui! Suddenly, that miserable, gruesome black stripe of asphalt again. What a defeat. Yes, apparently I was just there. Thank you as well. That was a section that was nice to ride. Partly a bit faster, partly still technical. But not as extreme as this morning. I missed a turn, so now I'm basically on the other side of this beautiful house. I thought I wouldn't document these things, but it's really quite nice. Built in there. Yeah, back. Luckily I noticed, and so I went about 100 meters too far. Yes, houses in Bulgaria can look this pretty too. I really like it. Unlike on the other side, that was probably the brick donor. We need to go that way. 168 is the house number, of course. I don't know the street name. I'm rolling on now. Just remember, the 100 kilometers marked on the map ended right at the house. Next 100 begin. Whether that's relevant to me in any way, no idea. I just know it. My brain might do something with it, if I had one. Yeah, they couldn't get down that fast there, the trucks, like me with Azuro. Nice asphalt road there. But you have to pay attention to diesel tracks. It could be that the front wheel slips away and you suddenly find yourself laying down. Hopefully nothing worse will happen. It happened before, also in the Atlas Mountains, but in Morocco, not to me, but to a friend. So pay attention to the concrete and look for dark spots. In a really rocky field. Unfortunately, I've got myself stuck there. Turning around is difficult. Rolling down and giving up on that route would be an option. I'm going to take a look a little further up to see how long it continues like this. But it's not exactly the best thing for the clutch to keep going up there with the gas and clutch. I have to think about that. The moped is standing there behind the bushes, and I come up there. There was water. So maybe there was a reason, after all, why I went up there and rode it. It doesn't look any more rideable further on for me, with Azuro and my light marching pack. There was another turn off down there. If you can see it from there, maybe there's another way around somewhere. I'll try this. I'll let some water in. 90 degrees I've already managed. I've noticed that you can sometimes tilt the handlebars down really nicely. Still in first gear, something like the handbrake on. And riding off is always the hardest part, of course. Always. It's always the hardest part, getting going. I let myself roll a little bit until I have a good footing again. And then I should be able to continue. Better working for a minute longer than to pick up the moped again. Because as I said, getting started is always the biggest problem. Right. We've got first gear, keep the line straight, and let it roll. There we go. That's sorted. We've got water too. Now let's rumble over. Then I'll ride up there. Maybe they've dug an alternative route in the meantime. One that isn't shown on the map yet. We'll see. Or it leads to a house, who knows. So that was nothing to do with Baba tricks. It was just a driveway to the house. Yeah, there was another pass back there, but I don't know if it will take me where I want to go. Of course, the locals are a bit surprised when someone madman comes along on a moped. It's understandable, really. It looks like that again now. Yeah, we are now at an altitude of 1470 meters. It's a bit more earthy with stones. I actually want to ride until 5 plus or minus a little, and I hope I'll find a campsite somewhere where I don't stand out too much. I've stopped again. It's really nice to see this. However, now actually covering the kilometers is difficult. That means it's actually taking me much longer than I thought. But who cares? I can always turn around at some point and hit back. Ui, not good. So that today will have a happy ending, ein glückliches Ende, I've decided to call it a day now, while I was looking for a way. There's a halfway flat area somewhere in the Atlas Mountains. It's not far from the nearest village, but it's far enough off the beaten track that hopefully no one will complain when I set up my camp there, my tent, my quarters, nomadic style. That's what I'm going to do now. It's still pleasantly warm, but still hungry. That's why we are having Bud Spencer beans today. What could be more nutritious and stronger after a stranger's day of riding than Bud Spencer beans, found in Italy? Now they go into the titanium pot and then onto the fire source. And then it's ready quite quickly and served. Of course, I'll enjoy them. See you